Welcome to the 2018 Embark results video. This is a brief introduction to our annual report, which is released today to all of the stakeholders of the group and indeed the media who like to comment on businesses like our own. We've tried to make the report as transparent as we possibly could. It's certainly to IFRS listed company standards, and we want to improve the disclosure of all facets of our organisation such that those people who use us, be they a client, an IFA, a providing counterparty, a service provider, or indeed an employee, can really see with some transparency the progress we're making as a group to found and create a very, very secure organisation which can last the next 20 to 30 years. I hope you find time to read the report. It is available to download on our website through a quick and easy sign-on process, and I would encourage you to do so if you have any interest in the sector and its participants, and of course in the Embark group. At a highlights level, what you'll find in the report is a very progressive performance across 2018. This was year 6 in our journey towards becoming a market-leading player across the retirement solutions business and towards becoming a multifaceted technology-based organisation. I'm very pleased to report that our client volumes year on year are up 22%. The assets under administration for those clients are up an even greater extent at 29%. And that number, if I pause on it, if you take into consideration negative capital markets in the fourth quarter, is a fabulous performance and really starts to underline the growth potential in assets of this business and its platform. In fee terms, a slightly more muted performance. On a year-on-year basis, we're up 9%, but this doesn't take into account the underlying growth that comes through the removal at the end of 2017 of our chartered financial planning arm, which was sold to Mazar Financial Planning. Stripping out the impact of that transition and the lost revenues, our underlying performance is roughly a 17% increase. That all translates into a profit after tax performance which is marginally positive at £0.1 million. What is most pleasing about that final figure is twofold. First, it is the number that we predicted over 12 months ago that would be the landing point of 2018. So we're demonstrating our consistency to hit the numbers that we target. And secondly, moreover, is the progression from the prior year. And we're stepping up the operational profit performance of the business systematically each year without removing the ability for us to invest at a serious level into each of our businesses and into our expansion capacities from a revenue generation point of view. So a very, very positive year, and one where the underlying enterprise value of Embark has grown very materially in our opinion. There are really 5 fundamental things that 2018 demonstrated to me as the CEO of the business. First is we have materially grown our ability to grow organically. Our performance outshot all of our major competitors, listed or unlisted. And probably the most pleasing thing of the whole year for us was that breakthrough moment. Secondly, it was our ability to still opportunistically participate in the inorganic market through acquisition. In October last year, we moved very, very swiftly to bring on board the options SIP product from a provider who was finding itself in a little bit of trouble. That materially enhanced our product range and brought with it 13,000 new clients to the Embark environment. And I'm delighted to say that that went straight off into positive organic growth immediately on close of the transaction in October. Third, we've shown that we can win mandates, come through DD, and implement solutions for very large Tier 1 blue chip organisations. The key landmark of 2018 was going live with RBS Coutts, which is the first step to a very elongated relationship over 5 years with all facets of the RBS group. Fourth, it's the consistency in the execution of our strategy. We painted a picture to our shareholders in 2013, that of a market which would be growing on a multi-channel basis, that required a SIP provider centricity at its core, but fundamentally was driven by technology. We saw a great positive story. We stepped into the execution of that strategy, and we've hit all of our numbers and exceeded them each and every year. And we continue to be in a great position over the next 5 to 10 years to continue that trajectory. But last but not least, what we shouldn't forget is performance really demonstrates the quality of the people that you employ. We can't execute anything without the 475 plus people that we have in the Embark group, working across every functional area, every form of administration, right the way through to our front office facing staff. The business is nothing without its people. The positive market headwinds that we've seen over the last 3 or 4 years remain in place. There are choppy waters in the SIP sector specifically, but we're well equipped to deal with them with our position and our legacy approach to risk matters in that space. And with that kind of in mind, already in June 2019, we're seeing a very similar trajectory to all that we saw in 2018 and indeed 2017 before it. So our focus looking forward for the full year remains very simple: diversify and grow our sources of client growth and revenue. Leverage our technology advantage, which is a material advantage in the SIP space and is becoming an advantage in the platform space. Continue to garner our synergies of integration across the books that we've acquired over the last 4 or 5 years without detriment to the stakeholders in the round, and to progressively improve our operational leverage at a financial level. And finally, is to make sure that we have that stable platform which has the scalability and the surety of being able to handle 3, 4, 5 or 6 times the number of clients and the number of assets that we have today.